Okay, we're off and running. This is mobility and core. So we're going to start with a lot of mobility. Okay, so we're going to grab this foam roller. And we are going to roll our lats, so this big muscle here on your back. To access that, you'll just lay here on your side. And just make these gentle passes. If you extend your arm up a little bit, it's gonna be a little bit more tender the closer you get up to your shoulder. Yep, so start nice and light. Rule of thumb is it should feel slightly uncomfortable, but if it's so painful you can't breathe, that's too much pressure. Okay, yep. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so we're just gonna move gently. We're gonna spend another 30 seconds on this side, and then we're gonna switch sides. If you find a spot that's tight, you can kind of pancake on it like this a little bit. You're just gonna kind of freestyle a little bit. Just gonna open that up. Yeah, oh, for sure, yeah. And then our shoulders roll forward. Do you stand a lot, or do you sit a lot at your desk, or how do you, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Same thing here, just extend. I don't really even have to roll much. I can just kind of find that spot and kind of just pin it down. Yep. We'll spend another 30 seconds here rolling the lat. And then we're going to go to your IT bands, which is going to be even more fun. All right, we're going to move on to our IT bands. So I like the best way for us to access this, in my opinion, is to sit on the foam roller here, lean over to the side that you want to work on, and then just cross this front leg over. Yep. There you go. There you go. Yeah, finding it. Yep. And then just nice, gentle passes, if you guys are working on this remotely, from your knee all the way up to the bottom of that hip. Nice, slow, and controlled. And if you find tight spots, you can kind of move side to side on it and dig in a little bit more. IT band is always super tight for a lot of us. Breathe while you're doing it. Don't hold your breath. We're going to go for another 20 seconds, and then we're going to switch sides. Okay, let's go ahead and flip. I like to just retrace my steps. I get back on the foam roller, turn over, cross that leg in front, and that gives me a little bit of an anchor. Are your IT bands tight? Okay. Okay. Sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're feeling that one. We'll go another 20 seconds. And then we're going to take a break from the foam roller. We're going to get into the core part of it. And then we'll be circling back to the foam rolling at the end. Okay. We can set the foam roller aside. We have 5 exercises that we're going to roll through here. I'll walk you through each one. The first round, we'll stop and talk about the exercise before we start it, each round. And then once we've gone through it once or twice, we're going to just go ahead and flow through everything, okay? First thing is going to be a quadruped Superman. So we're going to be here in this tabletop position. Our knees are right underneath our hip. Our wrists are right underneath our shoulders. And we're going to do an alternating Superman, meaning I'm going to lift my right arm and my left leg at the same time using my glute and be nice and balanced. Hold for a half a second, come back to this return, and then alternate, okay? I want us to focus on being as stable as possible, not tilting. You're gonna waver a little bit, but you really wanna focus in and use your glutes and your belly to keep yourself in place, okay? We're gonna go for 30 seconds. Ready? Here we go. Don't worry about speed. All we care about is control and balance here. Good, you should really feel your glute engaging as you extend. And your goal should be to get your leg all the way straight and feel your glute engage. Good, we got 10 seconds. Three, two, one, and rest there. Okay, the next activity is going to be a walkout. So I'm going to have you stand up. We're going to be starting in this standing position. We're going to put our hands down on the ground if we can. And we're just going to walk our hands out until we get into a high plank. And then walk ourselves back in. Okay, and come all the way up into a standing spot. Okay, we're going to go for 30 seconds there. Okay, nice, slow, and controlled. Worry about stability over speed. Here we go. We want to make sure that when we get into this high plank, we're establishing ourselves, pausing for a second, coming back up. That bottom position should feel exactly like the top of a push-up, or if I was to ask you to just hold a plank, which we'll probably do later, it should feel exactly the same. Your butt should be squeezed, your belly should be squeezed, and you should be a straight line from heel all the way into your shoulders. We got another 10 seconds. You can also do this from a kneeling position. So if it's hard for you to get in these positions, you can just go from a kneel, walk yourself up, walk your hands back. Okay, that's going to be up to you. Good, and rest there. Next activity is going to be a lunge with a twist. We're going to start feet right underneath our hips. We're going to drop, we're going to go a reverse lunge, so I'm going to step back with my right. I'm going to go down, twist to the side that my leg is out on, come back to the center, and come back to my starting position. We're going to alternate. So here, I'll go here, whoop, twist, nice slow twist, show control. You should feel the glute engaging on that front leg to keep you stable. Make sure your knee doesn't come in. It should go out slightly over your baby toe, and that's going to load your hip. It's nice, slow, and controlled, focusing on glute engagement and that oblique twist. Good. See. Good. We got 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Next activity is going to be a hip drop, so we're going to get into a side plank for this one. If your knees are bent, it's going to feel a little bit more manageable and easy. If that's too easy for you, you're going to have your legs straight. You're going to get up into a side plank, drop your hips, hip taps, and then come up. Okay, we're going to do 30 seconds per side. Find the leg angle that works best for you. Tap, and up. Good. Your elbow should be right underneath your armpit. So don't have it trailing too far out, too far in. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch sides. Great job. Elbow right underneath your armpit. Straight legs, it's harder. Bent legs, it's easier. I'm going to go easy. And here we go. Up. And as soon as our hip taps the ground, we get it back up into that side plank. Good. Halfway. Great job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, last activity for the circuit is going to be a push-up with the shoulder tap. So you can do these from your knees. So you do push-up, establish yourself, tap, tap, or you can do it from a regular push-up position, push-up all the way down, tap, tap. I want to make sure that when we're tapping, we're as stable as we can be at the hip. There's not a lot of swinging. Okay, you're going to move a little bit, but you want to try to minimize it as much as you can. Okay, nice, slow, and controlled. Don't worry about how many you get in. Worry about how controlled you are as you go through these reps. 30 seconds. Here we go. And we're on. Up. Stable, tap, and good. Great job. You're halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, we're going to take 30 seconds. Grab a drink, take a breath, stand still, whatever you want to do for that 30 seconds, and we're going to start again. Okay. Our goal is to get through that entire thing 2 more times. And again, I'm not going to stop between each one now. Now I'm just going to kind of give you the verbal go, and then we'll switch before. I'll tell you what you need to be doing, but we won't demo them every time. We'll just flow right through it. Okay? Ready? We'll start with the quadruped Superman. Knees right underneath your hips. Wrists right underneath your shoulders. And here we go, 30 seconds. Nice, slow, and controlled. Sometimes it can be hard to have to slow yourself down a little bit, be a little bit more mindful. It's not easy for me. Sometimes you gotta slow yourself down a little bit to focus on a little bit of stability. Great job, you're halfway. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, we're back to our walkout. Remember, nice, slow, and controlled. Here we go. Walking out, getting into a high plank position, and then walking ourselves back up and into a stand. Make sure you're establishing that high plank at the bottom. Your wrist should be right underneath your shoulders. Your belly should be squeezed. Your glutes should be squeezed. Establishing control, and then walk yourself back up. Great job. We're halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, we're on to our lunge with a twist. Remember, we're stepping back into a reverse lunge and twisting to the side that we're lunging out on. So I'm going to step back, twist, up. Good, and we'll alternate. Make sure that knee doesn't come in. You should feel your glute engaging on that side that you're lunging out on. And it's a nice, gentle twist. Imagine your belly button. You want it to be pointing out about 45 degrees from where you're down at, right here. Yep. Halfway. Job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. We're onto our hip drop. So find that side plank that works for you. Knees bent, knees straight, whatever works best. Something that feels challenging but doable. Elbow right underneath your shoulder. And here we go. Raise our hips and then drop. Raise and drop and repeat. 30 seconds per side. job. Halfway. Three, two, one, and switch sides. Great job. Here we go. Knees bent. Elbow right underneath our shoulder. And here we go. Up and tap. Great job. Halfway. Five, four, three, two, one, and rest there. All right, we'll wrap up round 2 of the circuit with your push-up and shoulder tap, either from your knees or from a regular strict push-up position. Don't worry about speed, worry about control. Here we go, we're on. Up, tap. Good. Or that push-up, your wrist should be right underneath your shoulder. Be a straight line from wrist to shoulder. We're halfway. Five, four, three, two, one, and rest there. Great job. We'll take 30 seconds, regroup, grab a drink if you need one. We'll do one more round, and then we will finish up with a little bit more mobility stuff. Okay, doing great. Good, we're back on in 15 seconds. Quadruped Superman is first. As you fatigue, make sure we're really focusing on being engaged here at the shoulder to keep us stable and making sure our glute is engaging as we're extending. Here we go. We're back on in 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Extend. Nice and controlled. Keep your hips square to the ground. Halfway. Three, two, one, and relax there. Okay, walkouts are next. Last set of these. And here we go, we're on. Walk it out. Establish that high plank, belly squeeze, butt squeezed. Walking ourselves back. Good, nice, slow and controlled. Don't worry about speed, worry about moving well. Good job, we're halfway. Five, four, three, two, one, and rest there. Okay, last set of lunge to twist. Reverse lunge and twisting into that side that is out in front and bent. Nice, slow and controlled. Good. Halfway. Great job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest there, done with those. Next we have your hip drop. Find that side plank. Almost there, almost done. Elbow underneath the armpit. Knees bent will make it easier. And here we go, we're on. Drop. Great job, halfway. And if the drops they're hard, we've put a lot of hard work in, you could try holding a side plank as well. Do what works best for you. 3, 2, 1, and switch sides. Elbow underneath your armpit. And here we go, we're on. Halfway. Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Last bit of work here. Push up with the shoulder taps. Remember, focus on stability, not on speed. Keeping your hips as square as you can, and here we go. Up, tap. Halfway. Great job. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, great job. Hard part's over. We're gonna grab that foam roller again. Okay, we're gonna roll our quads this time. So we'll go here. And we're just gonna roll out. You can go both at once, or if you feel like, oh no, I feel like I feel tight spots on left or right, you can roll over a little bit to that side. And we're gonna spend 30 seconds here just making these little passes on your quads. Experiment a little bit from side to side and see if you're a little bit tighter in certain areas. And if you are, I want you to really focus in on them, and you can move side to side here like this. You could kick on it a little bit as well, and that'll dig in a little bit deeper. Good. Another 10 seconds, and then we're gonna get our calves in the mix. Good, okay. We'll roll our calves. Same idea as with the quads where we had them both going at once, except for obviously the foam roller is gonna be here, our body's gonna be flipped. You could raise your hips off and do both calves at once, or you could put one foot back here and then just kind of roll in certain the different areas. You could hit the soleus, which is on the outside or inside, or the gastroc, which is the big one in the middle. Kind of do what works for you. We're going to spend about another 45 seconds in total. So mix it up a little bit. Get a little bit of the right and left in. A lot of times we can forget about our lower leg and about our calf, about getting that mobilized as well. I know mine are tight all the time, so we should focus more on this stuff. There's only so much time in the day though, right? Do another 15 seconds. Okay. That is everything. You can stay, hang out. Yeah, take your time. Great job, everybody online. Thanks for participating. Have a great day.